Alright guys, I'm back with my review of this week's WWE Friday Night Smackdown for October 19th, 2012. And this was kind of an average show. It got a little bit boring for me personally, but I did enjoy the tag team matches. And it just, overall, nothing really special here. We do have JBL and Josh Matthews on commentary, and Miz TV starts the show. And you can see Miz has the big gash in his forehead from that kick Kofi gave him on Raw that was just nasty as hell. And he's talking about how Kofi beat him for the Intercontinental title on Main Event. My network doesn't carry the Ion channel or whatever it is, so I don't watch Main Event, but apparently Kofi beat him for the Intercontinental title. And I'm kind of glad they're giving the belt to Kofi. I mean, I'd like to see them do more with him, but I don't think giving him the belt's going to change anything. In fact, I think the only reason they gave it to Kofi is so that someone like Damien Sandow can beat him without having to beat another heel. So this way, they take the belt off of Miz, give it to Kofi, and then another heel can beat him. That's just what I think's happening here. I don't think this means Kofi's going to get a big push or anything like that. So, but Miz brings out his guest, which is Team Hell No, and Daniel Bryan and Kane come out. Miz brings up Bryan being his, I guess, I can't remember what it is. Miz was his pro on NXT, his rookie, that's what they were calling him. And he says that the problem with Team Hell No is Daniel Bryan because he can't get along with anyone, and that the reason they're going to lose the belts at Hell in a Cell is because of Daniel Bryan. And Daniel Bryan says he's the world's toughest vegan. And Kane says that's like being the world's tallest dwarf, which Bryan also has covered. They argue back and forth, and then back to the I'm the tag team champions. This has gone on way too long. I mean, they're gonna keep beating this into the ground. That's what they're gonna do, and they did it again later. I'm the tag team champions. It's over now. Just let it die off. That's what they really need to be doing. So Big Show comes out. Big Show says his problem is with Daniel Bryan, and he needs to learn to keep his mouth shut. If Bryan opens his mouth again about the 45 seconds, he's going to knock him out. And as he's telling him this, he's pointing in his face, and Daniel Bryan's eyes get all big, and he's getting scared just staring at Big Show's fist. And that was really funny. And he runs and he hides behind Kane. And Kane says, we got a match on Monday, but we can do it now. And this causes Dolph Ziggler to come out. And he says he doesn't care who wins, Sheamus, Big Show. He's going to cash in, and he's going to become the new champion. And if Daniel Bryan can do it, then it can't be that hard. So this causes all of them to start arguing. Daniel Bryan is about to bring up the 45 seconds again, and Big Show says, say it. I double dog dare you to say it. And I thought that was kind of cheesy there, but Booker T comes out, and this was great. Miz says, let me guess, it's going to be a main event tag team match. Or it's going to be a handicap tag team match with me, Dolph, Big Show versus Team Hell No. Can you dig that, sucker? Thanks, bye. And he just goes off on this whole thing, and it was awesome. I really liked that. And Booker says, his eyes are all big, and he's like, that's not what I was going to say. Of course, that is pretty much what happens, and he says it's Team Hell No versus Big Show and Dolph, but it's Miz versus Randy Orton. Big twist there. So, it's pretty much exactly what Miz said it was going to be. So we get Miz versus Randy Orton. This was a decent match here. Del Rio and Ricardo are watching from a luxury skybox, and Matt Striker tries to get some words from him. I think Del Rio says Randy Orton's a little girl. Ricardo talks about Kane attacking Striker. But the match itself was decent. Orton hits the drop DDT, and he actually signals it like Jake Roberts, which I thought was pretty cool. He hits the RKO for the win. Afterwards, from the skybox, Del Rio says they will do it on his terms. So, riveting stuff. Then we see Sheamus talking to Teddy Long, and he says he's tired of Big Show getting involved in his matches with Wade Barrett. He wants one more match with him. Teddy says, I'll see what I can do, and to make sure no one gets involved, we can make it a Lumberjack match. They're talking about what a great idea this is. As they leave, we see Eve has been spying on them the whole time. Rhodes Scholars versus Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd. I did enjoy this match here. Kidd gets Sandow in the sharpshooter. Cody Rhodes tags himself in, kicks Tyson in the face for the win. Teddy comes up to Booker T, and Eve is already there. And he's telling him his great idea. He's all excited about this idea. And he tells him that a Lumberjack match with Sheamus and Wade Barrett. And Booker and Eve look at him, and Eve's like, Teddy, I had that idea since last week. And Teddy's like, what? He's just completely deflated. But, oh man, this was great. So they leave. Booker gives Eve all the credit. And Eve leaves her iPad. So Teddy picks it up and he's looking at it. And I assume something's going to happen with this. I know there's another segment later, but I think overall something's going to happen with Eve left it there on purpose so that Teddy would find it. Team Hell No versus Big Show and Dolph. This was a fun match. I really liked this one. Bryan gets beat up a lot, and eventually Kane gets a hot tag. He goes to chokeslam Dolph. Bryan tags himself back in, gets Dolph in the no lock, and they win the match. Afterwards, they're up the ramp, and they get attacked by the Rhodes Scholars, who just push Kane right off the ramp and then beat up Daniel Bryan. So, of course, I do think Rhodes Scholars is going to win the tag team tournament. It's either them or Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara. And because Team Hell No is pretty much a face team, I think the heels are going to win so that they can have heels versus faces a Hell in a Cell. And I feel bad for Sin Cara. Rey Mysterio got that flu or something, so that's why they have to wait until Raw to do the tag team tournament finals. And it's just like every time Sin Cara might start to get something, he either gets injured himself or something like this is happening now, and he just can't ever get enough momentum to be anything in the WWE. Alright, so we see Antonio Cesaro at Sun Studios in Memphis. It's a landmark where they had famous musicians play. So of course he uses this opportunity to put down Johnny Cash and Elvis, and just to get some heat, being that he's European, and I thought it was a great promo. So Antonio versus Ted DiBiase. And Josh Matthews says that DiBiase frequently has tailgating parties before WWE events with the DiBiase posse. Nobody is going to be hanging out with the DiBiase posse parties. I just do not see that happening, especially now. And I'm surprised they're bringing this back up, because that was a while back now, before he got all those injuries. But, I mean, it was a squash match here. I was surprised to see DiBiase on TV, but Cesaro beats him with the neutralizer. And then 3MB are in the ring. A lot of leather here. Jinder Mahal just looks completely out of place, but that's what makes this so awesome. So it's Heath Slater versus Brodus Clay. JBL says Brodus is what happens when a Yeti mates with Britney Spears. You get a trailer park sea monster that can dance. Oh my god, that was great. 3MB distracts Brodus, and Slater hits the Snapmare Driver for the win. The burial of Brodus Clay continues, and it's about time. Wade Barrett tells Matt Striker he doesn't think Sheamus is very tough, and he's stupid for wanting to face him again. He says he's going to be doing Big Show a favor tonight by weakening Sheamus up before the Hell in a Cell match. Natalya versus Layla with Eve on commentary. Layla wins with a kick to the head. Nothing much else here. So backstage, Teddy shows Caitlyn something from Eve's iPad. He says she can do what she wants with the info, and Caitlyn takes some pictures of it with her phone and says she will confront Eve later. So I don't know if what the stuff is on the iPad is something Eve wanted them to see, or if Caitlyn's going to go talk to Eve, and then we find out on Monday Night Raw that Caitlyn was attacked again backstage. Lumberjack match with Sheamus and Wade Barrett. This was alright. Cesaro actually tries to trip Sheamus here, and I thought maybe they're going to build to something like that in the future, but honestly, if they did anything like that right now, Cesaro would get his ass kicked because of this monster push Sheamus has. So I hope they don't do anything like that, because I'd like to see Cesaro continue to rise up. But Sheamus goes for the bro kick. The heels pull Wade Barrett out of the ring. Sheamus dives on him and throws him back in. Eventually, Wade Barrett knocks Sheamus out of the ring, and he goes to the outside, and he just starts punching baby faces, which was pretty good. And Team Hell No runs out. Everybody starts fighting everybody, and Sheamus hits the bro kick on Wade Barrett for the win. Rhodes Scholars run from Team Hell No, and Dolph hits the zigzag on Sheamus. He goes to cash in his briefcase, and Big Show punches him in the face so that he can't. And Big Show tells Sheamus to wake up and look at Dolph Ziggler, since that's what's going to happen to him at Hell in a Cell. And that was it. That was SmackDown this week. Nothing really special. I think I was more interested in this Teddy Long iPad Eve angle, and that's pretty damn sad. So, couple good tag matches, but yeah, nothing really special here. If you don't really care about SmackDown, you usually skip it. There's nothing that happened this week that should change your mind. So that's my review of this week's SmackDown. Hope you guys liked the video. Leave your thoughts on this week's show in the comments below, and thanks for watching. Bye.